Hey guys, I'm going to be doing a psychic reading on Brad Pitt, Jennifer Aniston, and I cannot do a reading on Angelina Jolie. She is a psychic like me. She's walking me out. I'm just going to be very transparent with you. There are some people I really, unless they give me their permission, I really cannot read them, and I won't invade their privacy, especially if, I could put myself in harm by doing so. So, yeah, somebody requested this, and I said, why not? I mean, there's nothing really bad about Brad Pitt, so, that I've seen. I really haven't read into him yet, but we're definitely going to go see. So, the person who asked, they wanted a reading on Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt. I just saw, pictures in the media that they were, they were caught reuniting at the Grammys. I'm not sure if it's the Grammys or what the hell they're doing. Okay. Yeah. So they were recently caught together, Brad Pitt and Angelina. They were giving each other a hug. Gonna channel some energy right here. So I do feel like Angelina and Brad, they did have this kind of unconditional love between each other. I don't really feel like there's any hate, there's any bad blood or anything. And honestly, I don't really feel like there ever was, in a multi-dimensional way. I don't really feel like there was any bad blood between these two people in general. I know there was rumors that Brad left Jennifer for Angelina. I feel like Jennifer is she's very evolved. She's not really into her and Angelina are very different people. Like I said, I really can't go into depth about Angelina just for my own safety and stuff like that. But yeah, Jennifer is very evolved. She's very mature. She's very advanced. So is Angelina, but they're on two different types of the spectrum. So we see Brad Pitt, and I think he's in his 50s now. He is in his 50s, definitely has some identity issues, and that he really has not come to terms with for himself. I see that, yeah, he has identity issues he really hasn't come to terms with yet. And I feel like this is kind of why the energy exchange between him and Jennifer, it had to stop. They had to be kind of taken apart. That, and because of some other darker things that happened to Brad. I'm not going to get into that, but it kind of was out of his control. And we see this with celebrities all the time. So, yeah, and I'm dissecting their pictures, their most recent pictures where he's grabbing her hand. Yeah, there's a lot of love here. There's a multi-dimensional type of love. I don't really feel like there's any bad blood between these people. Yeah, I really feel like this marriage just really didn't work out. I think there was something to do with the fact that Brad wanted children. But I'm more so getting the lack of feeling special, the lack of stimulation for Brad, the lack of the ego boost. I feel like Brad is kind of a chaser. He likes to chase things. He likes to play games, kind of like that. And since, Jennifer and him were married and yeah, I feel like honestly it's a marriage thing for him. He didn't like the idea of being married. He liked to chase things. He was always chasing something to make his ego feel better. And since when he married Jennifer, I feel like that kind of came to a halt. It was stable. And yeah, Brad didn't really like that. But I also am seeing that there is issue with Brad, and Brad did want children. He kind of needs to feel like the king, and I feel like that's why he did want children, because he wanted to be needed. He wanted, you know, whatever. Brad Pitt. Okay. I'm looking for a better picture of just Brad. Ooh. Girl. Okay. So Brad Pitt has a life in Atlantis where he was a god. Brad is under a lot, he has a lot of karma. Oh my god. Brad is in a very karmic life. This is a lot about self-discovery. This is a lot of, and I feel like he's carried a lot of this karma from his life in Atlantis. Like I said, he was a god. He was more of a philosopher type of god, not really like the, you know, a ruler. I do feel like he had a lot of power in philosophy back in his life in Atlantis. I want to show you guys. Oh, girl. This is the picture I'm using. Yeah, he is being controlled by something. I really can't touch light onto what's going on here, like I told you guys. But yeah, let's just really, if you guys are interested, and you know, let's just send our prayers to Brad Pitt that he really gets through this. He's in a really, really very dark time of his life. And I'm not seeing that it's his fault. He's in between two goddesses. This is what I'm hearing, channeled message. He's in between two goddesses. He's in a very bad part of his life. He's in a very bad place. He really got mixed up with some wrong things and bad things. I'm not talking about alcohol, girls. Yeah, let's just really send our love to him. He really needs it at this point. If you're a Brad Pitt fan, honestly, it does make a difference if we really just put our energy towards him, you know, evolving, and it will make a difference. So, yeah, he struggles with identity issues. A lot of the reason that he's having such, you know, very brutal ups and downs in his life is because he is on a karmic life path. A lot of this karma does stem from his past lives. And these are agreements that happened not even in this life. This is agreements that have happened in past lives that he's still being held on to. Very dark. I do feel like there's dark entities on him. Okay, so so Jennifer is very stable. She is very mature. Like I said, she's a very advanced, highly evolved soul. I do feel like she has some kind of like some type of goddess roots. I think she's Greek, so that does make sense. She has a tie to Aphrodite. I'm seeing I feel like either she worships her or she has some type of soul tie where I feel like Aphrodite is maybe one of her guides. She has a strong tie to Aphrodite is what I'm hearing. Brad Pitt really does have an identity issue. He really admires her. He wants to be like her. Yeah, there's just very deep-rooted identity issues in Brad Pitt, deep-rooted karma, that he has like a lot of karmic cycles that he needs to complete in this life, which, you know, like I said, let's, you know, try and give some positive vibes to Brad Pitt. I feel really bad for him. But he is definitely in between two very strong women who are very, very, very powerful on two different ends of the spectrum. Um, I'm not really seeing anything bad about Jennifer Aniston. She's a good person, you know, she's a big heart. But she is very stubborn and she's very set in her ways. She's not going to budge on anything. Um, I feel like the dynamic between these two people is that Brad Pitt really fell for Jennifer because he saw a stable, very self assured woman and he admired that, but he can't do that for himself. I'm seeing he has a lot of identity issues. This has been going on for 20 years. And if he sees, you know, a woman like that or like whatever, yeah, he is, you know, that's his type, that's his thing. He will go for the woman who is kind of like the alpha female or whatever they call it, because he doesn't feel like that about himself. And that's the dynamic between these two people. I feel like Jennifer might have been the only person who really did kind of genuinely care for Brad. I don't really feel like any of his other lovers really cared that much. I know Gwyneth Paltrow was another person. I'm being told, like, don't even read her. Like, it's going to be bad. So I'm not going to read Gwyneth Paltrow. But yeah, I am seeing Jennifer as a really, you know, was the biggest blessing that Brad Pitt could have ever gotten. And since he screwed that up, it's really not going to be good. I don't really see anything good coming from him. I honestly feel like he doesn't have that much longer to live. I'm hearing this is going to be ending soon. This is like they're sweeping away. This is going to be ending soon. So maybe he will be taken out soon. I'm not sure what that means. There's going to be something that's going to go very wrong with Brad in the future, in the near future, within 10 years, I'm hearing. Very sad. But like I said, I feel like these two people both met in Atlantis, where he kind of admired her in a past life. Like I said, he was more of a stoic philosopher type of entity in Atlantis, whereas she was a goddess. I am seeing she was a goddess in Atlantis in her past life. Very strong ties to Aphrodite. Yeah. To the point where she doesn't even really need a man. She doesn't even have the desire anymore. It's not there. There's just something about Jennifer Aniston where it's not, we're not going to say, oh, woe was me, you know, she's 50 and she doesn't even need it. She doesn't. She is like so connected to romance and so connected to desire. She is, you know, there's like some type of proverb I know in, I think it's Tibet or something like that, where it's like, to be the most desired is to have every man's heart but not give yours to any of them. It's something like that. If you guys are from Tibet or Thailand, I'm not sure where I heard this from, but please comment below if you guys know what I'm talking about. But she really embodies that. You know, she is pushing 50. She's gorgeous. Like, yeah. And she really attracted him because of that. Unfortunately, you know, this relationship didn't work out. It wasn't supposed to work out. She's better off without him. I don't really feel like she's lonely or she feels like she's missing anything. I feel like she's kind of happy. I'm gonna keep looking into her energy. She's gorgeous. I do feel like she was a witch in a past life. She kind of is a witch. She is like a white witch. That's what we would call her. She is a white witch. In the fact where she can really just transform energy. Yeah, she's a witch. It makes sense. You know, we have one person who's a philosopher, you know, a highly regarded philosopher in Atlantis, and then we have a witch. And I'm not gonna go into all of those relationships, but you know what I'm gonna say. She knows, yeah, she knows she can have him whenever she wants. I feel like Brad has been messaging. I feel like Brad has been like messaging Jen, or like I almost feel like they're like DMing each other on Instagram. No, I don't. Like I feel like they're using their cell phones. They're like texting each other. Maybe he has her number, or something like that. Um, but I feel like it's more so Brad testing the waters to see what's going on. Like, I mean, this guy did leave Angelina Jolie for another woman, like, so fucked up. I feel like he's been texting her, though, and just, like, testing the waters and whatever else. Yeah. I, I really don't think that, these two people are gonna get back together, though. Okay. I hope you guys liked this reading. Let me know what you think. Please comment below. And let me know who you guys want me to do reading on next. Yeah, and let's just really keep Brad Pitt in our prayers. He's going through a really, really hard time, and I really can't say everything because there is a third party, you know, that is kind of doing this. I'm not really allowed to touch on that, but let's just keep him in our prayers, is what I'm saying. All right, guys, love you. Bye.